various services which are there are various services which the banking sector provides to business houses. We know in detail many of the services. Very little of some services and nothing of some services. We have with us today Sri Rupesh Singh, Product Manager, Digital Payment Solutions from ICICI Bank, who has more than 20 years of experience in the banking sector with 14 plus years in cash management services. I welcome you, sir. Sri Rupesh Singh will brief us about application and importance of bulk payments in business. Brief overview about ICICI Bank's different bulk payment propositions, features, and benefits of BizPay 360 in latest bulk payment offering from ICICI Bank. So let us sit back and listen to Sri Rupesh Singh. I also welcome senior functionaries of BI who have joined us from all over India. I also welcome the participants who have registered and are attending here today. I wish you all a very informative evening. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Rupesh sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman sir, and respected senior dignitaries of Banking Association of India, all the participants and all the people who are viewing it live. A very good evening to all of you. First of all, on behalf of ICICI Bank, I would like to thank Builders Association of India for providing this opportunity where we can present our product to you. So, as Chairman sir very truly said, bank cannot survive, cannot work without business houses, and business houses cannot work banks. So we together, we are partners. And we cannot survive without each other. So that is very well said, sir. Thank you for the setting the tone for the ongoing the topic which we have is banking with respect to payment solutions. So I'll just share my screen. So just let me please tell me if it is visible or not.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's visible. Oh.
So, as we have said, when we say banks cannot survive without business and business, so one of the very important aspect is the payments. And normally in a bank account, there are only two types of transactions. One is the credit, another is the debit. There are no other transactions. Now that debit can be on multiple reasons. Debit can be due to multiple reasons, and the credit can be due to multiple reasons. So it could be some payments which you are receiving, and it may be some investment which is which is maturing or something. So all these would be your credits. And when you are making payments, it could be towards salary payments or say towards various payments. So now there are few process where we need bulk payment solutions. So there will be times when we need bulk payment solution. So let's see when we need bulk payment solution and what are the payments types of reasons why we need payments. So when we go further, so what we will do, we will first of all see what is the payment solution, why we need it, what is the process which is there for any payment solution. Then after that we will see what are the solutions as a bank we are offering to you. So one is the BizPay 360 and the one is the iMultiPay solution. So proceeding further, so let us understand what is a bulk payment. Bulk payment is nothing but it's a normal payment, but whenever there are times, and it happens many times in most of the businesses where high volume of payments are required to be made by the business houses, and it is to the multiple beneficiaries. So at times, and imagine if number of debit transactions are more, normally they are listed as a single transaction in the bank statement. So that is there, that is normally termed as bulk payment solution. Now there was it was happening till now. So there is a traditional way of doing, or how we approach traditionally. So normally what how it was done was, normally the business houses used to write a check then prepare a list of payments which they would like to make, and they will send somebody to the branch, or they will their representative will go to the branch and they will present the check with the list of beneficiaries, and that branch will do the transactions, or that particular bank branch will do the transactions. So it was a ongoing process which is still continuing. However, there are certain limitations in this process. One, the first and very most is it is the dependency on the branch. Then there is a, when the dependency is on branch, then there is a window which is limited for the business houses, because it will be depending on the particular branch operating hours. The bank is closed, so on a holiday bank is closed, you cannot make any payment. And if there is any MISs or anything is not given when the transactions are done through the branch, only a bank statement is there. So whatever transaction which you want, or whether any information you have to derive it from the bank statement. Now there is a new approach, a new age approach we call it, or it's a new way of doing of transactions. Now these digital transactions allow the customers to do all these transactions electronically with more efficiency and from the comfort of their offices. They need not go to the branch. So obviously it has more benefits also. First and foremost thing is it is time saving, and you can do payments anytime. There is no dependency on bank timings. Now with RBI allowing NEFT transaction, RTGS transaction 24/7 now, but still the bank timing is bank has operating hours. But if you are doing it through online, you can do anytime payment. It is cost effective, and it provides you better control with respect to, because it gives you various types of MISs and various reports which you can use for various purposes, for analysis, for reconciliation, and a lot of other things. Now, why these bulk payments are needed? So typically when the business houses have multiple vendors, so it may be their suppliers, it may be their other various vendors, or it could be multiple offices operating out of various locations. So there they would require bulk payments when they are making salary payments. So they don't want if they have 1,000 employees, so any business house would not want there should be 1,000 debit line items. So for that they need bulk solution where a single debit should be there. However, the payment should go to those 1,000 employees. Then there is a requirement when a business house might be having internal accounts. So there might be, say for example, a company is there which has various sister concerns. So in that sister concerns, they want to transfer funds. So and that is also required. So that all those, apart from that, other miscellaneous payment, like maybe to some business associates, or say like it is as direct sales agents, or say the brokers, etc. So and the rent payment of multiple locations. So all these are the payments where you may need the bulk payment solution. Now, normally when we say bulk payment solution, how it functions in ICICI Bank. So the customers or the business house, they will upload a file through web or through their ERP system. If it is integrated through bank system, anyways they can upload. Once this file comes to ICICI Bank system, if it is an electronic payment, it will be directly transferred to the client or the vendor or the basically the beneficiary. The payments would be made. If it is a physical mode of payment, then it will be sent to the Benny Bank for clearing, and from there the funds would be transferred to the beneficiary. And in turn, ICICI Bank will share the MIS with the client. So this is how normally the process works. In between, if there is an authorizer, so normally some clients, customers would be such who would be using a single user model. There would be some clients who would be using a maker checker. So if it is it has to be authorized, then it will go to the authorizer, and then the transaction will flow to the ICICI Bank system. Now, in this whole process, the payment when we say payment platforms or the bulk payment solutions, they enable the customer to customize the process as per their requirement. So that is the USP, or so that is the main purpose of payment solutions. So it is normal payment, then anyways customer can do it. So let us proceed further. to the digital payment solutions. So how does it work? So in digital payment solutions, the business houses can manage the payable efficiently with the state-of-art payment solutions which are being offered by ICICI Bank. So there are single payment solutions and bulk payment solutions. Single payment solution is typically wherein one or two payments which you want to make, you can directly make through CIB, that is corporate internet banking, or you must be knowing about a very beautiful app, that is InstaBiz mobile app, through which you can make the payments. You can make those payments to a registered beneficiary or an unregistered beneficiary. However, while making payment to an unregistered beneficiary, there is a cap of amount. So there is a limitation of amount. Whereas to registered beneficiary, there is no cap. So this is just to ensure that you do not end up, if there is some, if you are erroneously, you don't end up making payment to a wrong person, and it is within your control. Now, bulk payment solution. So when we talk about bulk payment solution, so there are few solutions available. One is the if you say PAB, PRB, which you can refer in the blue box. So it is typically a normal, simple bulk payment solution, which says PAB means payment to ad hoc beneficiary. That means the beneficiary which is not registered. PRB means payment to registered beneficiary. It is a simple file, name of the beneficiary and all that, a name of the beneficiary, account number of the beneficiary, IFSC of the beneficiary, and the debit account number. That's it. And you upload a single file. This is a very basic solution, bulk payment. So this is one solution. Another solution is iPay. It is or we also it is known as iMultiPay, commonly known as iPay. It is a comprehensive payment solution which offers payment in online mode, that is electronic payment, as well as offline mode, that is if you want to make payment through checks and demand drafts, that is also available. It can integrate with ERP. So it is an advanced version of payment, making payments. It has various types of customized MISs, and you can have all types of MISs from this. So this is a very comprehensive solution. Similarly, now on the top of the triangle, if you see, there is BizPay 360. So it is also a very comprehensive payment solution, and it is a one-stop customized solution which offers bulk payment requirement as well as it also caters to a single payment solution. So it is all payments in one except the physical payments. Now, BizPay is a new age solution which we will understand in next slides. How BizPay is different from iPay, and how iPay is different from BizPay, and why we need some customer may need BizPay, why some customer may need iPay solution. So let's begin with the what are the expectations from the of the customers from any payment solution. So typically the expectations are that the transfer should be quick, and they should be able to disburse to physical or electronic mode. They should they should be uploading a single file to make multiple payments. The transaction they should be able to schedule transactions. They should have option to authorize transactions at a file level or at a transaction level. If they are if they are uploading the same file again, there should be a control to check that the same file is not uploaded again, and they should be able to send alerts and advices to the beneficiary, informing the beneficiary that I have done the payment, or the payment is done to you. And then they should be able to customize the narration which is going to the beneficiary. Last but not the least, MIS is at the customer's front end and also through email. So if the customer wants that MIS should come to, they should get an MIS, what all transactions are processed, which are transactions are success, which are failed, all that details. And they should also be able to download these MISs as and when needed. So these are the few expectations from the any payments products. So let us see what our products offer. So first of all, BizPay 360. It is your business, so your way of payment. So because business is yours, so the payment should be also be done in the way you want. So now, what are the salient features of BizPay 360? Digital onboarding with instant activation. That means there is no need of any additional document. If you have access to CIB, and your users in CIB have transaction access, you can activate BizPay. So it is as simple as that. So it is just like today, if you have if you want to have a app, or say some trading app, or say some as simple as that, a game which you want to play. So what are the minimum requirement? You should have a smartphone and you should have an internet connection. So if you have these two things, what you do? You simply go to Play Store, you simply download that app, and then the app asks for your verification, like you log in through your Facebook or your Google account or your mobile number, and they send you an OTP. It is verified, and you can start using that app instantly, or that you can start playing that game instantly. Similarly, in BizPay, you can activate and start using the product instantly. Today you decide that you want to avail BizPay 360, you can start, you can activate it in within 20 to 30 seconds. You can start using. So that is how it is. So then there are multiple types of customization, like you can choose your debit type, consolidated or individual. So normally, typically a bulk payment solution says, if you have uploaded a file, a single debit would be there in your account, and the payment would be done to multiple beneficiaries. However, in some scenarios, you may need though I need a bulk payment solution, but I want individual payments to happen. That means I want each payment to be reflected in my bank statement. So that option, you can choose what type of debit should be there in your account, whether you want a single debit or you want individual debit for each transaction, payment transaction. So you can have a consolidated debit or you can have a individual debit. Similarly, what narration should be coming in the while debiting? So there would be some standard narration which is given by the bank. Apart from that, if you want some special narration for special payment, or say some different type of payment, you want different narration, you can do it. So it may be as simple as that, a payment reference number or an invoice number, which you might use for reconciliation purpose, or which just to identify to whom I have done the payment, all such things. It could be as basic as that. So all this customization. As I was telling you, this is it is a solution which offers bulk payment as well as single payment in one go. So typically you can make single payments also. If you want to make 2 or 3 payments only, or 1 or 2 payments, why you will prepare a file and then you upload? It is simple. You can directly go on screen. If it is a registered beneficiary, select the beneficiary and make payment. If it is an unregistered beneficiary, you enter his account name, account number and IFSC code and simply make payment. But then how it is different from an existing CIB? It was also available in CIB. So how it is different? So let me tell you, in normally with ICICI Bank, and it happens with typical all the banks, that there are two ways whenever you are making on-screen payments: payment within the bank and payment outside the bank. So within the bank payment you have to do on a particular screen, then you go to payment to outside bank, and then you do the payment. So if you have to make 3 payments, 1 payment to within the bank and 2 payment outside the bank, so you have to go to 2 different screens and you have to enter 2 different OTPs. Whereas in BizPay, if you are using BizPay and you have availed BizPay, and through BizPay you are making the same payments, you can do all these 3 payments in a single screen. So up to 10 transactions you can do with the single OTP on the same screen. Only you have to select mode of payment. If you have selected mode of payment as NEFT or IMPS, that means it's an outside bank payment. And if you have select mode of payment as fund transfer, or say within the bank transfer, it is a ICICI Bank to ICICI Bank payment. And you can simply make single OTP and you can make the payment. Now, next option, very important and a very salient feature, is file format customization. You can instantly create customized file format depending on that accounting software you use, or you can have record level approvals as well as you can have file level approvals. And the next feature which is there is we are also providing a macro based validation tool, plus we offer option to download the MIS in multiple formats. These features also we will check in detail. So these are the salient features of BizPay 360. So let's proceed further. So let us understand single on-screen payment and bulk payment through bulk file upload. How does it work? So a single payment, I have already explained you that up to 10 payment you can make payment through single OTP. What else? all those payments, suppose if a company is having, or a business house is having 2-3 accounts, then those payments can be from different accounts. So that I want to make 3 payments, one payment from one account, other 2 payments from account 2. So I can select mode of payment as NEFT. Then from account, I will select account 1. 2, I will enter the name of the beneficiary and account number. Then I will add payment, and then I'll select the second account for the next payment. That way I can make payment from multiple accounts and through single OTP. This is on-screen single payment, we refer it as. The next is bulk file upload. Again, while uploading a file, whenever you want to make bulk transaction, you need to prepare a file in Excel, or you can generate a file from any accounting software or ERP software if any business houses normally use, so they can generate from there. Now these payments can be made to registered beneficiary as well as ad hoc beneficiary. In case if it is a registered beneficiary, they have to provide the Beni ID. If there is an ad hoc beneficiary, no need of Beni ID, only account number, account name and IFSC code. Then they can make all types of payment through single file. Then next is we offer multiple file formats. So there are few standard file formats. Standard file formats are nothing but the templates in which you need to enter the data, or the sequence of the fields in which you need to enter the data. So first of all, you need to enter the debit account number, then the beneficiary name, then the benefit, like that. So there would be a sequence of fields. So there is a and number of fields, how many numbers of fields you want. So there are 5 standard file formats which are made available to you. You can use any of the file formats. Few file formats would be for ad hoc beneficiaries, few formats would be for registered beneficiaries, one file format would be for vendor payment, another file format would be for salary payments. So you can use any of the standard file formats. If the customer finds this file format is not applicable, he can create he can create his own file format. Then they can upload this file in Excel or text, and they need not use any encryptor. Normally most of the banks need use that encryption. In fact, the other solution of ICICI Bank also uses that encryption, but here you need not use encryption. You can directly upload the text or Excel file. Then in a single file, you can have multiple dates of payment. So suppose you want to make 20 payments, another 2 payments you have to make day after tomorrow. So you can upload that payment also today. You can authorize it, that 2 payments which you have, the date of payment you have kept on 26th of February, those 2 payments will happen on 26th of February. Remaining will happen on 24th of February. So that is multiple dates of payment. And then real-time validation. So with up to 50 records, when you are uploading if the file has up to 50 records, all the records would be validated instantly. And if there is any error, it will show you on the screen. You can correct the file and you can re-upload. If the number of records is more than 50, then the file would be submitted, validation would happen, and then it will give you a report that all the records are validated. Now you can upload. So that is how it works. So there are more features. So we were talking a lot of things. We are talking about customization. So this is customization is what we have given this entire control to the customer or to the business houses, because they are making the payments. It is their requirement, how they want. So why should the bank decide? Bank should decide how they should make payment, or what should be the format they would use. No, it is their payment. They should decide the format. So that is where it comes. So whatever customization a business house wants to do, they can do themselves, and it is very immediate. Immediately they can do it without any time or any time lag. So normally most of the banks, in fact, except ICICI Bank currently, all other banks, in fact, the other solution of ICICI Bank also uses the same way of doing customization. Whatever customization a business house needs, they will give that request to their relationship manager or the account manager through an app. Some would require an application form, or some would require a letter, or some customization may require a BR also, or a proprietorship letter, or a partnership letter. Then basis that that particular relationship manager will raise a request, and that request would be sent to a back office in the bank. Back office will do the setup, and the business house can start using that file format or start using that customization. In BizPay, this is the industry first solution which we offer, that this customization customer can do themselves. So it is like, if a customer wants to create a file format or a template, they can create. So we have given them option to add fields, they can add. So there would be some standard and minimum fields required, which we offer. Like, for making any payments, you need a debit account, you need a credit account, you need a beneficiary name, you need the beneficiary IFSC code, date of payment, amount. So these 6 values, and some remarks column, debit narration, these some standard fields would be there, which we are giving. Apart from that, we give an option for the customer to add up to 15 fields. They can add. Now the standard fields which we have given, they can change the sequence of those fields. So that customization they can do. So we have given, typically what we have given, first field is debit account number, second field is beneficiary name, then beneficiary account number, and then beneficiary IFSC code, and then the amount. But if someone wants the after debit account number, I should have the amount, so they can change that sequence. So that option is there. So it is, and a file format creation does not take if more than 5 to 7 minutes. They can create their own customized file format and they can start using it. What other customization they can do? Whether anybody wants to send a confirmation to payee, or they want to send a payment advice, they can choose yes or no. If they have chosen yes, say if they have chosen to send alerts, they want to send through SMS or email, or both, they can select. They can choose the debit type while creating the customized file. When they are creating a customized file format, they have to choose whether they want individual debit or a consolidated debit. They want this file format to be used for registered beneficiary or unregistered beneficiary. So they can customize that at the time of creating the file format. Then notification alerts to maker checker. When a file is uploaded, say Rupesh is the maker and say Alok is the checker. There is a organization in which Rupesh is a maker, Alok is a checker. So Rupesh has uploaded a file. So typically Rupesh will call Alok, says, Alok, I have uploaded a file, please authorize it. Now if Alok is not reachable or he is in a meeting, he will not. But what will happen through if notification alert I have selected as yes, what will happen? As soon as I upload a file, a message will go to Alok. A file is uploaded for your approval. Please approve, or kindly ignore if you have already approved. So now Alok also knows that I have Rupesh has uploaded a file. That is one. Second thing, once Alok approves a file, Rupesh also comes to know that this file is approved. Or if suppose Alok has rejected a file, Rupesh comes to know that this file has been rejected. This is one. Then another thing is, suppose I have uploaded a file and Alok has approved, but due to some reasons, this file got failed. This file was not processed. So something is failed. That intimation will also come to Rupesh that this file was not processed. So now Rupesh can at least reinitiate the payment. So this is a notification alert. And all these things, customization, whether I want or I don't want, I can do it in the before uploading a file. So payment setting, if I have said yes, all these settings would be applicable. So this is one feature which is industry first, which we have done. Do it yourself customization. Then approvals. So approval is as per existing CIB workflow. That means corporate internet banking, whatever workflow is you have defined, same workflow will be used. So while activating BizPay, you need not give any additional documents. Simply activate the product and start using, because while taking the CIB services, you have already given those key. The so and so person would be having the payment authority up to this limit. After this limit, this will be the person who will need to authorization. All that you have already done. So same would be used. However, if there are multiple workflows, you need to set up a favorite rule for workflow, because so you can select which rule to be followed. So before uploading the file, you need to select the workflow. So the file will follow that workflow only. This is done to ensure that the payment is processed smoothly. Otherwise, it may happen that the payment, you are expecting that once Rupesh has uploaded a file, Rupesh is expecting the file will go to Alok for authorization. However, the system has decided basis the amount and the file is going to Mr. Mayur Gupta for approval. Now Rupesh is calling Alok, please approve the file. Alok saying, I have not received any file. Where should I approve? Now Rupesh will raise it with bank. I have uploaded a file. It is not getting approved. My approver is not able to view. So all the scenarios should not come. So better set a favorite rule. So when you have selected a favorite rule, it will follow that rule. So it will always go to Alok. Now you can authorize at record level, at file level. So that is there. Now we have seen we can add multiple dates while giving payments, while preparing a payment file. So that means, suppose if I have today I have uploaded a file. In that file, sorry sir, is that a time something? So for questions or something?
Yes,
I heard. So I'll just go through. So that is there, and then record level approval is there. Now multiple dates of payments are there. Then if a payment is scheduled for future date, so then there should be an option to cancel before the scheduled date. So that is there. So that cancellation also can be done at file level or at record level. Then there is a validation tool. This validation tool is an Excel based macro, which is there on the site, which you can download and use. It helps to reduce the errors when you are uploading a file. So it does the basic checks like debit account number, if it's ICICI Bank debit account number is 12 digit or not. IMPS ka upper limit is of 5 lakh, that is there or not. RTGS ka minimum amount is 2 lakh, that is there or not. So all these basic checks would be done by this tool. So at the time of uploading file, you don't get stuck. Now all other features are like secure OTP for every transaction, whether it is a single user workflow or a maker checker, or whether you are approving a transaction, you are holding a transaction, you are canceling a transaction at file level or record level. You have to necessarily approve it by OTP. And if you are doing a single transaction, single on-screen transaction, even a grid card authentication needs to be done. So there are various types of reports which are available at EOD, or you can download. Now you can download, while you are downloading, you can choose in which format you want to download, in Excel, text, or PDF. Apart from that, there are more bulk payments solutions which are there. Not only bulk payments, more options. You can customize the narration. Now 24/7 you can make payments, though after there would be a cutoff, and after cutoff the amount limit would be there. You can schedule the payment for future date, and a duplicate file check would always be there. So typically when you are using a salary payment, so typical things, you while doing a consolidated debit, you should always use NEFT and fund transfer, because for IMPS and RTGS, individual consolidation does not happen. So you should always use NEFT and fund transfer. Then individual amount not part of bank statement. Once you choose consolidated debit, then record level details will not be part of bank statement. A single record will be there. You can schedule a transaction. This helps on a particular day when you want, say salary. Everybody wants to process their salary on the last day of the month, or many process on the second day of the month. So there typically, if you are going it to the branch, there would be rush. You have a wait time. So all these you can avoid. You can schedule. Suppose you know that you have to make a payment on say 2nd, you can upload a file on 28th or 27th, and you can sit in peace. On 2nd, the payments would be processed. And if you want any changes, you can always, before one day before, that is up to 1st, you can go ahead and cancel the payment. You can re-upload the file. You can generate these files directly from ERP also, and you can upload. So there is a standard file format available for Tally, which is the most commonly used ERP. Now, how to get access to BizPay? As I was telling, it is a paperless onboarding, and it can be activated instantly simply by logging into CIB, Corporate Internet Banking. You have to log in. You have to go to transaction, transfer and bill pay, and you have to click on BizPay option, and you can activate. If it is not already activated, it will take you to the activation page, and you can activate by simply giving an OTP. And if you are activated, then it will take you to the dashboard. and till February 28, there are no charges. And here, please note that for doing any transactions through BizPay, there are no additional charges for any transaction. Whatever charges you have agreed while opening the account, there is a schedule of charges which is given to you. Same transaction charges would be applicable. There would be no any additional charges for doing any transaction through BizPay 360. Now, and very quickly, let's go. Let's look at iMultiPay. iMultiPay offers most of the features, but as I told you, it is a very a product which is in the bank for last 16-17 years. So it is not an instant activation product. For this, the features it offers electronic payment as well as physical modes of payment. So all BizPay typically offers only the electronic payment, whereas iMultiPay offers electronic payment as well as physical modes of payment also you can use. It's a comprehensive payment solution to disburse funds to your beneficiaries. Now let us see electronic payments. We know all we have now. So in check payments or the physical mode of payment, there are three variants. One is check printing, DD printing, and there is these checks are printed. These checks and DDs are printed in the bank's premises, and there is no limit to number of checks you are printing or number of DDs you are printing. So there would be nominal charges, and there are various modes. You can have a single page with three checks in the 3 checks or 3 DDs, or you can have a cover note with the top of the top leaf will have the address, bottom leaf will have a payment advice, small payment advice, and the bottom leaf would be a check or a DD. So there are 2 types of check, 3 per page or a instrument with cover note. Then positive pay validation, you must know what is a positive pay validation. When you issue a check, and suppose you have issued a check to Rupesh Singh. Rupesh Singh is your normal, he's not your regular person whom you give a check, but you have made him a one-time job he has done for you. So you have written him a check of say 5,000 rupees. Now Rupesh Singh happens to be some con or say some guy who is very good at forging the checks. Suppose he forges a check so well, and when this check is presented in clearing, and he has forged this 5,000 to say 50,000, and when this 50,000 rupees check is presented by the bank and your account is having a 50,000 balance, the bank will clear the check, right? So this will happen nowadays, especially more likely to happen because the physical checks do not travel in case of check truncated system. But when you are using iMultiPay, these checks, once you issue a check to iMultiPay, this check details are given at the time of clearing. So it will show a check is issued by Mr. Messrs ABC Private Limited. So, and it is issued to Rupesh Singh, amount is 5,000. So the name of the beneficiary would be displayed at on the screen, that Rupesh Singh, and the amount would be if the amount and the check number is not matching, it will return. Now there could be a second scenario. Rupesh Singh lost that check and that check was found by somebody else. So he can change that name from Rupesh Singh to say Mukesh Deshmukh. So he has changed the name to Mukesh Deshmukh and he went, and so he can get if he has done properly. So, but all these things would be avoided. So that is a positive pay validation that will happen. Another very important feature is internet-based check writing. This is again a check printing facility, but this is offered to the client at their premises. So they would be given the stationery and they can print the checks in their premises. This typically helps those people who have an office in one location and there's some other typically in your case it will typically happen. So you might have your office in say Andheri and your site is at say in Vashi. So you can and there is a small office in Vashi also. So you want one office is in Vashi, one office is in say or say you have your head office in Mumbai and one office is in Bangalore. So you can upload a file in Mumbai. The checks can be printed in Bangalore. So that is the benefit it offers. However, there is a limitation that you can have maximum 300 checks per month, and you have to upload a file. So how does it help? It reduces the turnaround time because there is no delivery time. Checks is printed, checks are printed in your location, and you immediately have the checks. However, iMultiPay activation, it is an offline activation wherein you have to apply. So customer has to fill, you have to apply you can apply it from corporate CIB, or you have to fill a application form. Once you apply through CIB or through application form, this is a request is generated from CIB and that is sent to the back office. If you give a application form, then this application form is to be accompanied with BR or partnership letter or the proprietorship letter, and then you have to sign that, and then this would be RM will take these details from you and he will create a request. That request would be sent to back office. In operations team, somebody will do that setup, and now you will be able to use. So for this, the turnaround time will be up to 2 working days. If everything is correct and the request is raised in the morning, it would be processed by day end. But if the request is raised in the evening, it will be processed by the next day. Or if you have raised the request in the morning but you have missed something, this would be sent back to the RM. RM will get these things corrected and he will reassign. It might take 2 days, 2 working days. So that is there. Now, in this case, transaction charges are applicable. So there would be additional transaction charges for doing transactions through iMultiPay. Now we have discussed both the solutions. So now, so the normal features like bulk, beneficiary alerts, customization, all these things would be available in both the solutions. However, there would be certain features which differentiates BizPay. Basis this differentiation, you can decide which product or which solution you want to adopt. So instant creation of customized file format. So the whatever customization which is offered by BizPay is not offered by iMultiPay. Then ready to use, the file formats, various file ready to use file formats are available, and you can create the customized file format. You can do on-screen payment as well as bulk payment, which is not available in iMultiPay. You cannot have on-screen payment in iMultiPay. So there is only bulk payment solution. Then customization of payment settings. Payment settings, when I say whether you want to send beneficiary alerts, as simple as that. Suppose today your EOD goes to ABC limited abclimited.com. So now a new, and there is another person, say your accountant names is it goes to your accountant's email ID. Now if that accountant is changed, a new accountant has joined. So if you want to change the email ID, you have to approach the bank and then you have to change. So this is how iMultiPay. In BizPay, you can directly go ahead and change the email address from A to B. Now next day onwards, after that you have done the changes, next MIS will come on the new email address. This is how simple. So that is of payment setting. You want beneficiary alerts to be activated. Beneficiary alerts are available in iMultiPay also, in BizPay also. But whenever you want to send, you want to activate, or you want to stop, or you want to change the mode, you can do instantly as and when you want. Whereas in iMultiPay, you have to approach the bank, you have to give a request, and then only it will be done. That is the difference. Then the favorite rule authorization you can select. Now then these are the special features of BizPay. However, there are certain features which are special to iMultiPay, specific to iMultiPay, which are not offered by BizPay, like physical mode of payments. iMultiPay and DD printing is not offered by BizPay. Check printing and customers premises is not offered at BizPay. Okay, na? So anyways, pay validation, because check printing is not offered, so pay validation is also not there. Host-to-host integration or API integration, it is not currently available in BizPay 360. It is available in iMultiPay. And then you can, whatever is authorization matrix or the payment matrix is there in CIB, same is used for BizPay. But if you want some other matrix other than CIB, you can get that in iMultiPay. Whereas in BizPay, the matrix which is available in CIB, that will only be used. So these are some features of iMultiPay. So this is I'm done with the all the solutions. Now I open the house for the questions. So just if you have any queries or you want any you want more in future, you can get give a missed call on this number, or you can write to divya.nirmal@icicibank.com, and we will definitely get back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Rupesh. So, gentlemen, anybody has any queries, they can raise their hand on the screen using the facility in the app. Hello. I'll do one thing, since I'll allow everybody to unmute themselves so that they can directly. But please mute yourself if you are not going to ask any questions. Niro sir, do you have to say anything? Are you there, Niro sir? Gupta ji, DL Gupta from Ahmedabad. You have sent a query, but sir, that query is not concerning this topic. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
I request others to mute themselves.
My query was regarding the payment against the arbitration award.
That you have sent the question to this forum.
Sir.
So there
are certain awards which has been even ratified up to a stage of Supreme Court, but even then
so that
government is not coming forward for payment.
That has nothing to do with this topic. That's a separate thing. I have forwarded it to Mr. Raju John.
Right.
Why I'm not seeing Niro sir here? He was there, no?
Yeah, I'm already there, Baba. You all muted us, so I thought let me be there.
You have to say anything, sir?
Chairman?
Hello.
Niro sir, about Vice President Builders of India. You have to say anything, sir?
No, I thought I was just listening to the simplified ways in which multiple payments are being done. We appreciate ICICI. This is your internal process which you have showcased to us, and I think it will be beneficial. But my request to the ICICI team has been long pending, Mr. Chairman, since last, I think, 1 full year. We would like to hear more on bill discounting, more than the bulk payment. Bulk payment is a procedural aspect which we really appreciate. You have simplified it. But along with bulk payment, we are looking at bill discounting, because that is what our chairman has been trying efforts all this time to get it. And more importantly, in the pandemic, this has become the most important tool for all the contractors to survive and do business. If you give us that facility, I think that would mean whatever may be the terms and conditions, if you can bring in the delegation led by chairman, Mr. Mohinder, can meet and discuss, and we can work out some special options for the members. I think that would be, I'm not denying whatever you have shown. That is all absolutely fine. We appreciate and we respect your thing, but we would request to take this further. This pandemic has wiped out most of the contractors.
Sure, sir. I have taken your feedback, sir. That you need some payments on the basis of bill discounting. So some facility on bill discounting. So I'll definitely forward it to the concerned team who looks on bill discounting. So I'll definitely forward it to it, sir. And we will definitely get in touch with you on that.
Yeah, because that is more important with the basically, because since the contractors are finding it very, very difficult to get the payments from the department.
I understand.
So I am saying bill discounting is, if the bill has been recorded by the department but payment is not paid, at least they will route it through and they are ready to pay the interest charges for
correct, sir. At least they, right, sir. I fully understand that till the time the actual payment is released, they can have some money in their hand for as their working capital, sir. Till the time, so absolutely right.
Yeah, and secondly, there are other. This is with respect to and this should be extended to government contracts also, because that we need to work out how it can be done. It's difficult, but it's more easy so with the private clients, and private clients themselves want to delay the payment and want the contractors and the vendors to avail this facility. So this would be of a great help and relief to all of us. That is my sincere request to you.
Right, sir. So 2 points which we have raised, sir. First is the bill discounting, and the second in that same continuation that it should be extended to the government contracts as well.
Yeah. Because right, their maximum delay lies due to government not able to release the funds due to various reasons, due to pandemic and all that, because healthcare is the priority as of now during the pandemic. That we understand.
I understand, sir. Sure,
Mr. Rupesh Singh, Mr. Niro Parmar is our Vice President BI and he is Senior Vice President Strategy for the Real Estate, Contracts and Procurement.
Sir, it's honor to interacting with such senior dignitaries, sir.
We have basically with us our National Secretary. Sorry, Niro sir. You're saying something.
Sorry. So, Mr. Rupesh, that is very close to our heart that payment should be done, because if cash flow is not moving, business will not move. If business is not move, economy will not move. So that is where it is not a chicken egg, it's purely a egg which needs to come in. That is why we are looking at it.
Sir, I assure you that somebody will definitely get in touch with association for this.
And you should be the torch runner for us to in this efforts.
Sir, I will be, but I would love to do that. But only thing is that bill discounting is a specialized. I only know bill discounting.
I agree, sir.
I will ensure that this reaches to and I'll ensure that the first interaction happens. So that point in time, I'm there to handle, and then after that, they can take it.
I think Alok has done some homework on this. Alok?
Divya, are you there?
Yes, sir. So I'm already in contact with Krishnendu, sir, and I'm trying to get that conversation started.
Sure, sir. So I'll connect with Divya and I'll speak to Krishnendu.
Please.
Yes, sir. Definitely, we will look into it, sir.
Appreciate. Thank you very much.
Our National Secretary, Mr. Pradeep Nagvekar, is also there. He has to say something.
Very good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good evening. Really informative and knowledgeable session it is. In addition, or in continuation with our Vice President Niro Parmarji,
right, sir.
I will like to once again add to this the payments that are those are expected from the governments. You will get the surety from the government departments. Right, so if it is extended to government contractors, it will be more actually safe.
Yes, sir.
As per my opinion, as compared to private sector. And if your bank, ICICI Bank, takes the initiative, really it will be helpful to all our contractors, and our contractor fraternity may move to your bank and they will give you sizable business, which your bank should take note of. That is why we are actually pressing for this bill discounting facility. And this bill discounting, and moreover, there is no any risk for this facility if it is given to we all government contractors as well as builders.
I absolutely agree, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Madhu.
Anybody else? Mr. Aniruddha Nakwa will be somewhat concluding and giving the vote of thanks also. But in the meantime, if anybody has to say something, I think Mr. Anand Gupta had unmuted himself. Gupta sir, you can unmute yourself if you have to have any, if you want to say anything. Everybody can unmute themselves, but I request you also mute yourself when you're not speaking. Mr. Anand Gupta, please.
No, I don't want to say anything much, but only I want to definitely say that ICICI Bank definitely has made a big difference in all banking system, because I have been banking with Bank of India, nationalized bank, for for 35-40 years. And recently I have started working with ICICI Bank. And I find, system is very easy and smooth. And probably that has prompted other nationalized bank also to either follow them or compete with them and improve their own system. Though they are still far away from matching with the ICICI system and follow-up and reporting system. So I definitely appreciate the functioning of ICICI Bank, and they are all new ideas and easy banking. Thank you.
Thank you. Really appreciate, sir. Thank you very much for your kind words.
I think we will ask our Mumbai Center Treasurer, Mr. Aniruddha Nakwa, to deliver the concluding remarks and vote of thanks. Mr. Nakwa, the floor is yours.
Mute yourself. Nakwaji,
unmute yourself. No, unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Sir Rupesh Singh ji.
Thank you very
Webinar
much,
on
sir.
solving bulk payment problems. Digital payment solutions. We saw applications and importance of bulk payments in business. How ICICI banks with its innovative propositions is different from other banks, and also how the features and benefits of these Pay 360 are incorporated and brought into ground reality. The guide to digital payment solutions like single payment, bulk payments, and types of debits, narration for the ease of reconciliation of debits and credits, and how MIS systems can be updated through these digital modulations, single OTP for 10 payments. I am just summarizing it. Multiple data payments with automation, and I multiple pay. How comparison, he also compared I multiple pay and these systems with other various modes of payments with BizPay 360. And the tagline I can say, do it yourself. Correct? No, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir. So because it's your business, you should be able to you should be able deciding how I want to make payments, not the banks.
Yes. Finally, with the mutual discussions, what our honorable panel had to do is bill discounting. If bill discounting is done, that will be a great boon to all the contractors. Sir, I thank ICICI Bank and Product Manager Rupesh Singh on behalf of Builders Association of India, Mumbai Center. I also thank our Vice President West Zone Nirav Parmar to be attending this session. I thank our Honorable General Secretary Shri Pradeep Nagvekar. I also thank Rotarian Salim Raza, who is attending this session all the way from Pakistan, and he is a regular attendee. Thank you, Salim sir. I thank BI Communication Head Madhusudan and other office bearers for coordinating such a innovative session. And how can I forget to thank our chairman, Shri Mohinder Rizwani, with a note, since this has all to do with money. I will say, Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trembake Gauri Narayani Namaste. Lakshmi Mata ki Jai. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Rupesh ji. Alok ji, thank you.
Thank Nakwa also.
Thank you so much for your support, sir.
Thank you for your support, sir. Thank you very much. Have a
this was being streamed live on YouTube, and this is again a proper recorded, dedicated version will go on our YouTube channel also for eternity. It will be for eternity.
Mr. Chairman, next session we want on bill discounting. Nothing else than payment.
Yes, definitely we'll try and get some nice.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm ending the meeting. Rupesh ji, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Chairman, sir, thank you.
Thank you all for attending the meeting.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. See you all.
Salim bhai, thank you.
Thanks, Anirudh sir, for inviting. It was a good session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody. It was a very enjoyable, although I joined very late and missed most of the discussions which must have taken place.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll be in touch, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Chairman, sir, I'm ending the meeting.